Socialism, you make it, they take it. I just can't stand socialism. It makes me wild. I mean, they are just so screwed up that how are we going to ever help them? I mean, I think I got it. I mean, we're going to let them take over. I mean, let all the men marry men, and we're all going to sit back and do nothing. In a couple of generations from now, there won't be a liberal left. You get it? Works for me. How about you? Let's now jump over to some other stuff. We got a place here in Minnesota where the left-wing Democrats are filled with fear. They're scared to death. I mean, what's going to happen here? We don't like Hillary. We absolutely hate Trump, and he might win. We don't know what to do. Maybe we'll move to Canada. Where are we going to go? And they're having a little bit of a dilemma. They don't understand, they say, how any sane person can vote for Trump. They think they're sane. I mean, I'm a little mixed up with that. They go on then to say that Trump's campaign is built on hate, fear, rage, and bigotry and sexism. Where do they get that from? And then now let's jump over to Canada. They got a national Post newspaper there, and it is a national paper, and recently a fellow, his name is Robert Fulford, he wrote an article, and he too goes on about Trump being a racist, and he highlights several things, or I've highlighted several things about what he said. He said Trump has rewritten the rules until this year. Openly racist candidate in modern times has reached such a height in American national politics. And he also goes on to say for politicians of tomorrow, he opens the possibilities of elevating racism and contempt for international treaties. And he also goes on to say his success results from sheer intuition. He realizes others did not that there are many thousands of people ready to vote for candidate preaching anti-Mexican, anti-Muslim bigotry, while also blaming America's failures on the Chinese and free trade. Okay, what does all of that mean? Let's just kind of break that down and analyze it. And here's a guy in a national newspaper. So he's confirming, stories about what he's already planted in Canadians' brains, and that is that Trump's a racist. He's not a racist that I know about. Watch your verbiage. Here's a guy that should be kicked out of the Brownies. I mean, he has no right to be writing stuff like that. I mean, bigotry is when it's a proven thing. I mean, he's supposed to be reporting facts. I've had this conversation with a lot of people in the press and out of the press, and Trump is saying, I don't like Mexicans. Has he ever said that? No, he has not. What he has said is I don't like people coming into the country illegally, and most of them happen to be Mexicans. I'm going to build a wall. And in terms of Muslims, we're going to examine this because all these Muslims, everybody's shooting everybody. I mean, most terrorists are Muslims. I'm going to look into it. He's not once ever said that I hate somebody because of their nationality or because of their color. He hasn't said that. And you got all of these groups. You got the groups from the Hillary camp, you got the press. That's why Trump will win the election, because people are sick and tired of trying to have our brains moved around by all of these left-wing whacks, and they don't tell the truth. They're dishonest, they're disloyal to their country, they're not patriots. In fact, most of them are treasonous. And it's just horrible stuff. And now you got some goof over in another country talking like that. And I don't know the circulation of that paper, but it's very well read. And there's 30-some odd million Canadians. And they're reading this malarkey, and they talk about it. I run into it all the time. I say, why don't you just say you don't like them? Don't lie. Don't make up stories. And he probably gets a raise this year. He should get a raise with somebody's boot. I think, because he ain't telling the truth. And it's just bad. Bad batters, bad journalism. And again, if you don't like somebody, don't vote for him. This other stuff, keep it to yourself. If you're such a moron that you got to make lies up as you go along, you have no right to be in the business that you're in. Hey, y'all come back tomorrow. We're going to talk more about rights, because while I don't agree with what you may say, I will defend your right to say it if it's the truth. See ya.